Okay, Jake, so here's the parts I'm going to try to cut to display the issue that I'm having. Okay, so for whatever reason, you see there, we start off, the machine went to pierce height, and here we go, and it does not pierce. It just turns the torch on at cut height. Goes over, comes down, and again, turns the torch on at cut height. We don't get that pierce height effect. Right here we get the pierce height. You see that? It actually went up. It started at the pierce height. Right there we do not get a pierce height. It again just goes to cut height and then starts the cut. Now if I'm going to cut a lot of these at once, I can make it not do that by going to minimize distortion and setting the system at 10 inches. Ooh, look at that. I just about ripped the torch off there. That was a bad incident there. I don't know what happened there. It's doing a lot of quirky stuff all of a sudden. No pierce height. Just goes straight to cut. And every time it does that, it's just destroying my tips. Especially on a thicker metal. Not good. That there worked perfect. Look at that. It went back up to pierce height. And we're getting somewhere. Then it comes over here, no pierce height, just plunges right into it. And then for some reason, watch what happens here. I've never seen this move before. It goes to pierce height and then plunges and does the cut. I've never seen this machine do that. Like, this thing's just got a mind of its own all of a sudden. All of a sudden the code is deteriorated. I would imagine the software's corrupt and needs to be reinstalled. Because this is the type of weird stuff you start seeing when a computer has been subject to power loss or something like that. So when it goes to plunge into a piece of 1/4-inch steel, bam, you're done. Now if you set the machine up to where you put minimized distortion and you make it cut this hole and then go all the way over here and cut this hole and then all the way over here and cut this hole, then it will work. So there's some parameter set inside the programming that says unless the probe goes past this distance, do not reset 0, do not reset pierce height. There's something quirky in this code. The code's there, it's just not running it. So I think I'm done tearing up supplies. I'm going to post this video, have you take a look at it. And I'm going to go ahead and try and get that thing connected to the internet. Okay, Jake, so for the most part, I've kind of drawn the conclusion that the problem may lie in G31. The absence of G31 is what seems to omit the initiation of these two sequences. If we go here to one of the areas where it didn't happen, I've edited this G code, so okay, I did the editing on a couple of these, but see if I can find the last call. Okay, the last couple we seen that it did pierce, and that's because it had this G31 in there. But if we go up here, let's see, if you look right here, see how it lacks the, it should have a G00 in front of this. And it should also have the G31 call. This should be like, say, N0, 3, let's see, what do we want here? 1.5, Control V. That is how that should look. Now I don't know about this number here, this line serial number, serial bus, whatever you call that. I don't know anything about code. This is the first piece of code I've ever touched in my life. But I think inserting this in the areas that it's missing is going to make it work right. Because it seems like every location where this is present, oh yeah, this should also say right here on the locations that it works, it should have a call signature on there of GOO. and we see that just below right here. See how that G31 is present? Okay, this 0 is your plane back to 0, and then this is telling the torch to go to pierce height. This tells the torch to turn on, and then this takes you to your cut height. I'm speculating here, Jake. I did drain the table already because the insects build up in this thing so badly that you can't really leave water in it. But I think I'm going to fill it up one more time. I'm not going to give up yet. I'm going to try this one more time by inserting G31. And we'll see what that does. And then maybe you could teach me how to put this patch in to where it makes that happen all the time.